Peace. Good morning, y'all. Talk to y'all real quick about something. I seen someone say this, and a lot of people say this. They say it all the time. It comes up all the time. This question of why don't we protest? Why don't we protest black on black crime the same way that we protest? Whenever the slave catchers kill us, or what you call the police kill us. Why is there a difference? Is this a contradiction? The reason we don't protest black on black crime is really very simple. First of all, a few questions for the people to say this. Who are we protesting? Okay, if you're familiar with the way our judicial system works, you're innocent until proven guilty. And in many of these instances, we hear about things immediately and we don't even have a suspect. So if someone turns up dead overnight and then you come in, you find the body, you don't even know who the suspect is. And many times people assume it's a black person, which, I understand why they assume that due to the fact that this is something that happens often, and we understand the dynamic. But regardless of the fact, who are we protesting? So that's one question, right? Then we have to look at, after we say, let's say for instance we do have a suspect and we have strong reason to believe, even though he has not been proven in a court of law to be guilty. Let's say we have strong reason to believe, like a videotape or something. Okay, there's no need to protest this individual because this individual is subject to the law. So this individual can be, typically they'll be tried, they'll be arrested. There's a method of recourse to where we can hold him accountable to his actions. And all like, this is really just a common sense video. I'm just gonna say these things because a lot of people ask this question. So we can just hold him accountable to his actions by saying, we can say, listen, he'll get arrested. We'll bring justice in by the law. Now let's juxtapose that with when the slave catchers kill someone. They kill somebody and they don't go to jail. And we say, listen, we have them on film killing someone and they still don't go to jail. We have great evidence to suggest this killing was done. This is a matter of foul play. We'll have great evidence to suggest this, and they still won't go to jail. They'll be on paid leave, and the people are left with no form of getting justice. And that's because the state that we all pay taxes to, that outnumbers all of us, is protecting these people. Okay, so what does that lead us to say? If when a person kills someone, we don't know for sure, but let's say for instance we do know for sure, we can go to that person, we can say, okay, you killed him, you're gonna get arrested, and we're gonna try you to go to jail. So now in the previous example I just gave, we've said, okay, member of the state, you've killed someone, we're gonna try. We can't try you because you work for the state that we need to try you. So the only person left to protest is what? The state that is protecting these people. Okay? So that, that it's two different, it's a false equivalency. And I'll bring up another thing. You say, why don't you protest these things? Okay, protesting these individuals doing these murders, especially if we pathologize it and look at the type of individual that it usually is, that is not the most, that's not really the most productive way to do this. You're protesting people who typically don't even really care. So what are some better ways to deal with people doing what we call so-called black on black crime? Better ways to deal with it would be to do, first of all, you got to address poverty. Second of all, you have to do, arts, sports programs, programs to keep the youth away from each other, give people things to do. Violence and intervention programs where, you're getting in the middle of these situations, making people think and hopefully preventing violence. Addressing poverty in general. Things like that. It makes more sense to carry about these things in other ways that people are doing and people always have been doing, opposed to protesting. Because when it's talking about the government, the only thing you can really do to the government is come out in mass numbers and protest to alert them that you're you don't agree with what is being done, and you want something to change, because it takes many numbers of people to do that. It takes a lot less people to do the things that I just mentioned in regards to crime, local crime in your community, due to disputes people are having and things of that nature, okay, or just crimes that happen as a result of poverty and people engage in illicit activities. So this is a totally different situation. So we can't look at that as the same. Also, too, what let me see, that was 3 things, and then the last thing. Okay, so the last thing, we also have to look at the fact that man, I lost my train of thought. Straight up, just where I forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, but that's basically, I guess we could just end it there. You know, it's not, first of all, we don't know the suspect. Half the time people are asking us to protest, we don't know who we're going to protest. The state chooses not to arrest. The state that arrests people chooses not to arrest the people who are killing us in these incidents with officers. So we have no other means of doing anything about it other than protesting the state, who we all pay taxes to. And it's not the most effective way or efficient way to deal with something. Many of these people who are in the positions where they'll murder someone don't even listen to us anyway. So if they don't listen to us anyway, what is the point of sitting here protesting someone, one individual that's probably going to go to jail anyway? So I had another big point that I for some reason I cannot remember what I was going to say, but I'm driving, I'm just doing this right now. So, but either way, I guess that's it, man. So I'll get with y'all. Peace.